Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
we'll
sir.
wait for 1 or 2 minutes so for others to join, and then we'll start by
Sure.
6:04. Uh, all right, so let's start the section today. On the last tutorial section, we discussed about different data types and their types, and how some errors can come, the naming of different variables and all. So today I will be mainly discussing on the sequence data like list or tuples, strings, sets, dictionaries, and also in the end we will do some questions and also a brief introduction to NumPy also we will see today. So first let's start the class with the introduction to sequence data operations. So today's class, there will be no presentations. We will be directly dealing with the notebooks. I'll upload these notebooks in the drive, so you can also access it. All right. So to give us introduction for sequences, sequences are ordered collection of items that support indexing, slicing, and iteration. So these are some of the sequences we have. That is a list. List is a mutable sequence. That means it can be modified. Then we have tuples. Tuples are immutable sequence. Then
Your mic is off, sir.
All right. I hope now I'm audible. All right. So first we will start with the list. So lists are created with square brackets, as you can see. So is the screen visible or should I increase the font? Is
Visible,
it
sir.
Sir,
okay?
it's visible.
Visible, sir.
Oh, okay, fine. Lists are created with square brackets, and lists are mutable, meaning that you can change their content after creation. So let's see one example of the list. So we are creating a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a list which is having only integers. And there's one more property of list. The list can contain different data types. So if you see this mixed list, you can have one, then you can have a string, you can have a floating object, and also a Boolean data type. And also we can initialize a list as an empty list just by giving these square brackets. So let's see our list. So if you print the list, this is what we are going to get. It's what we have already initiated the list. Now going to tuples. So tuples are created with parentheses. So these are the parentheses. Then tuples are immutable, meaning if you once create a tuple, then their content cannot be changed. So they are useful for data that does not change. So if you want to create a coordinate system or RGB colors, so if you say RGB colors, so if you create a tuple of 3 elements, one for red, green, and blue, then it should not change. If it changes, the image might change. So in such cases, tuples are useful. So these are some examples of tuples. And we have to note that if you want to create a single item tuple, then we have to always use a comma after the element. So let's see the 3 tuples that we have created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And coordinates, that's the second tuple. And we have the last single digit tuple. Now coming to strings. Strings are always created with quotes, either the double quotes or single quotes. And also if you want to write multiple lines, then you can use these triple quotes. Double quotes 3 times. So if you want to write big paragraph, you can write it. How many lines you want, you can write in between the 3 double quotes. Even a single quotes also can work. All right, so here is the string. Now ranges. Ranges are created with range function. So ranges are memory efficient sequence of numbers. Means they are like they don't store all the values in memory. So it's just the start, stop, and the step length. All right. So if you just use this range and one number, it will start from 0 and it will go up to the number before that. And if you want to uh, define a starting, then you have to first give the starting number and then you have to give the ending number. If you don't give any step length, then by default it will take the step length of 1. And if you need to give a step length, that will be your third input to the range. So let's see our 3 list. So we have, if you just give 5, we will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you start from 2 and end at 8, we'll start from 2 and end from 8 minus 1. And if you're taking step size 2, starting from 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that is how the range is created. Now indexing. So what is indexing? So indexing allows us to access individual elements in a sequence using their position, or a position is called the index. So Python uses zero-based indexing. So if you are familiar with MATLAB, I think MATLAB uses one-based indexing. Like where the first element is indexed as 1 in MATLAB, whereas in Python, sorry, the first element is indexed as 0. Then negative indexing also is there. That means if you give -1, it is the last element. -2 means second last element. So let's see how we can index different items. So first, let us define a list of fruits: apple, banana, cherry, so on. So we just need to give the square brackets and give our indexing number. So if you print or if you execute this code, we'll get the index 0 is apple. So here is the visual representation of the index. 0, banana is 1, cherry is 2, date is 3, and elderberry is 4. And let's see the negative indexing. So negative indexing, the negative one will be the last element or last item of the list. And -2 will be second to last, and so on. The indexing can be used for strings also. So if you see the first character, the string, after we define the string, if you want to just access the first element or the first number, we can use the index 0. -1 can be used to get the last letter, and 2 will give the third letter. That is, indexing start from 0, then 1, and 2. That is T. Now coming to slicing. So slicing is like so indexing, we were taking just one element from the list or from the string, whereas slicing allows us to give or take a range of elements from the list or string. So it has a sequence, like it has a start, and the start point is included, and always the stop index is not included. And we also can give a step length, or not step length, a skip dimension. So let's see one example. So here we have defined the numbers 0 to 9. Then we'll print the original list. Then we will slice from 0 to third element. That means 0 will be there, 1 will be there, and 2 will be there. And if we start from 3 to 7, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And -3 means it will start from -1, -2, -3, and it will go up to end. So if you are not defining anything in the end, that means it will take all the elements up to the last. So here we can see the original list, then first 3 elements, and middle elements, and last 3 elements. Similarly, so in the list or in the slicing operation, we can omit the start or stop, and the Python will automatically start from the 0 or end at the last point. And if you want everything, we can just print without the square brackets, or if you just give the colon, then we will get the entire list also. Now let's see how we can get use the skip function in the slicing operation. So here we will be printing the second element, every second element. That means we are starting from the beginning and up to end. And if we use double colon, it will skip based on the number that we have given. All right, and yeah. So that is here we are skipping every third element. Then if you want to reverse, then we have to just use -1 in the as the skipping parameter. So let's see the result. So the original list was 0 to 9. So if you are skipping, then 0, then 1 is missing, 2 is there, 3 is missing, 4, and so on. And if you start from the first element, so we will be skipping the second and skipping every second element. Then we have 1, 2 is missing, 3 is there, 4 is missing, 5, and so on. The similar thing can be done for the words also. So if you see this, yeah, we can just print the first 5 characters or last 6 characters or the middle characters, and also we can reverse the string. So if somebody asks us to um, prove if a given word is a palindrome or what, so like if the given word is let's say word palindrome is equal to madam. So if somebody asks us to prove if the word is palindrome or not, we can just say word palindrome underscore reverse is equal to no, sorry, equal to word underscore palindrome minus 1. And if you see word pal is equal to then we will get true. So let's try to change the word and let's see. So it is false. So with just this reverse step, we can uh, test if a word is a palindrome or not. Now, common sequence operations we'll see. So all sequence type support certain common operations. So like the length of this list, or we can add elements to the list. All those things we'll see here. So first is the length operation. So length function will return the number of elements in a sequence. So for respective of the list or string or tuple, we have to just use length and we have to give the sequence. So it will give the number of elements in the sequence. So in the word Python, we have 6 letters. So we got the answer as 6. And then we have the fruits. So we can test if some elements is uh, in a list or not with in or not in operators. So if you want to see if apple is in the list fruits, we can just use apple in fruits or not. It will give the final output as a Boolean data type. So let's see. So now we have. So as you can see, we can use this in the list or in the string or any sequence to see if certain word or certain element is in the list or the sequence. Then we have the concatenation operation so that we can combine two sequences with just an addition sign. So here we have two lists and we are just combining the list by list 1 plus list 2. Similarly, we can combine the strings also. So the strings also can be combined by using the plus operator. All right. Tuple also supports the same operation. That is, all the sequence data types like list, string, or tuple supports this operation. And also we can create a repeating sequence with just multiplication. So here we are multiplying the list by 3, and we will be getting a repetition of the list 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is using the multiplication operator. Then we also have min max sum operator. So this is not applicable. So let's say when we have mixed data types maybe. So if you have same kind of data types in the list, then we can use min max sum operator, or min max in the alphabetically or ordered in ascending order. We'll get the minimum or max if you pass if the elements of the list is a string. Then count. So count operator is used to see how many number of the same element, how many number it is repeated. So in any sequence, we can use the count operator to see how many times a element is repeated in the sequence. Then we have the dot index operator. So it is used to see where the element appears in the list for the first time. All right. So if you see this just fruits, then we have apple, banana. Apple is at 0, banana is at 1, cherry is at 2, and again banana is at 3. So if you pass the index symbol, so if you pass the index symbol, index operator to the list and ask where the banana is, it is going to give you 1, not 3. That is, only the first occurrence will be given. Now, if you want to know if banana exists after the first index, then you have to pass the number 2 after in the index operator. That is, if you know where the banana is occurring the first time, so if you give here 0, you are going to get 1, or if you give here 1, you are again going to get 1. So if you know where the banana is occurring the first time, we have to give the next value to see where the banana is occurring next. All right. Now we move on to list specific operations. So these are in the beginning I mentioned that lists are mutable, which means they can be modified after creation. Like so, let's see how those operations are done. So here we are defining the list numbers 1 to 5, and we are changing the first element by indexing to 10. So after changing, we'll see what the numbers are. And again, we are changing the number 1 and in number set index 1 and 2 to 20 and 3, 20 and 30. So let's see. So this was our original list. Now we changed our first element, 0th element, to 10. Then we changed the elements or the elements at indices 1 and 2 to 20 and 30. Now we have the next append operator. So it adds a number or a element to the list. So here our original list was apple, banana. Now we are using this append to add cherry to fruits. Also we can append list to the list. So let's see the two. So what we'll get. So first the list was apple and banana. Now after the first append, we have added cherry to the list. And moving on, we have added one more list inside the list. So if you now if we print the let's say oops, the 0th element is apple. So this is our final list. So 0th element is apple, first element is banana, third element is second element is cherry, and the third element will be the entire list. So let's see 3. So third element is the entire list. And if you count the number of elements, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have. But if you index 4, which should give a result if there was no list inside the list, it will give an error because the list index is out of range. So how to get the individual elements inside the list? So we have to first give 3, then we can give 0. So we get date, or if we give 1, we get elderberry. All right, so now we have the extend function. It's a kind of similar to append, but it adds multiple elements from an iteratable. So unlike append, this one adds each element individually. So we have the individual list here for original list 1, 2, 3. Now we are extending the list to include 4, 5, 6. So if you had used append, if you have used append instead of extend, we will be having 1, 2, 3, comma, then we will have a list. So let's see the result. So we can clearly see the difference of what happens if you use extend instead of if you use append instead of extend. So extend will extend the list, or it acts like an addition, whereas append will just take the entire list as one element and add to the existing list. Now we have the insert function. So insert is used to specifically insert one element to the defined index. So we have the insert function, then we give the index, and we ask to add banana. Similarly, here also we are indexing 0. That is, we are going to add one element, apricot, to the position 0. So let's see the result. So first, the original list was apple, cherry. Then we inserted banana to the first position. Then we inserted apricot to the 0th position, or the first element. Now remove also works. So removing an element by directly giving the element will remove. So let's see. It will remove the first 2. All right. So if you see, this was our original list, which it had 2 2s. So numbers that remove 2 will remove only the first 2. So we can see that there is still another 2 remaining in the list. Now we have the pop function, and it removes and returns an element at a given place. Right. So let's see what it does. So fruits is our original list. Then we are defining another list, or we are defining another list from the existing list. So the last fruit is equal to fruits.pop. That means it will remove the last element and store it in the last fruit element, last fruit list. So let's see the final result. So this was our original list. Then we can see the removed element is stored in the last fruit. Then after popping, so in the pop, if we use the pop function, it will modify the original list to a new list without having the element which is removed. So by default, if you don't give anything inside this parenthesis, it will remove the last element. But if you give some index, then it will remove the second fruit, that is banana. In this case, it's banana. So this is 0, this is 1. So it will remove banana if we give an index 1. Now let's see what clear does. Sorry. So what is clear do? Clear removes all the elements of the list. So it's it may be useful when we are um, doing some loop operations where the memory matters. So if you are defining large loops over time and time, it can cause memory overhead, and it can slow your functions. So in such cases, after every loop, if you don't want any list, we can clear the list. Then we have the sort function. Sort function uh, sort the array or the list or the sequence in the ascending order. If you give reverse is equal to true, then it is going to uh, sort the elements in the descending order. So this was our original list. Now after sorting, we can see 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 9. And if we give the reverse is equal to true, then we get the sorting in descending order. And for if it is strings inside the list, it will sort in the alphabetical order. The reverse also, the reverse function just reverses the list. It will do the same operations as we have done using this indexing. Not indexing, slicing operation. So reverse will just reverse the list. Now sometimes this copy function creates a shallow copy of the list. So we have the original list, and if you just want to manipulate another list or so why does copy is needed? So let's say, so let's run this. So this is original. The copy is an copy of the original list. Then after modification, we can see that original is equal to 1, 2, 3, and copy is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say if we are not using the copy, what will happen? So if you don't use the copy, and if you manipulate, even if you manipulate the copy list, it is going to change the original list also. So it is always recommended, or we should, if you want to change some elements or some modification to the list, and our original list should not be affected, then we have to use the copy operator. So these are some of the operators that were specific to list. Now we will see some string specific operators. So any doubt? What? I'm not able to hear you. Hello? My voice is clear, or is it having some issue?
Yes, sir. No, sir. No.
Okay, fine. Clear, sir.
Audible, sir.
Okay, fine. So if you don't have any doubt, we will just go on with the notebook. Now we have some string specific operations. So a list, as we already mentioned, it was mutable, and strings are immutable sequence of characters with many specialized methods for test processing. So let's say the text we are introducing, or we are defining a text that is hello world. So these are some of the operations that we can do. We can make everything into uppercase, lowercase, or title case. In that, if you use title case, all the words will start with a capital letter. Then swap case will change the um, cases. Like if it is lower, it will be upper, and whatever the upper cases, it will be lower cases. Then if you just use capitalize, only the first first letter of the first word will be capitalized. So here is the original list and whatever the operation followed. Now, if you have a word, or so if you read our data from some Excel CSV file or something, we might end up with having so many spaces in our word. So let's see how we can remove those spaces. So our original text we have, then remove from both ends. So if you want to remove both the left as well as the right space, we can use the strip function. Then if you want to remove only from the left, then L strip is there. And if you want to remove from the right, then we have the R strip. So let's see. So this was stripping from both the end. Then only if left we stripped. And in here we have stripped only the right. Then we can strip specific elements also from the string and from a string. So here we have defined the string with the stars, hello stars, and we want to remove all the stars from this string, from this string. So we just need to define which element or which character need to be removed inside this strip function. So let's say more string operations. So if you want to find some words inside a string, so first occurrence.
Sir, I have doubt in strips.
Yeah. What is the doubt?
Sir, I cannot understand. Once again, teach me.
Okay.
Once again, sir. Once again.
Okay. So strips are used to remove any elements from a string. Okay. Any unwanted words from the string. Let's say that way. So if you have defined a word like this, which is having white spaces. So here, if you see, we have two white spaces here, and we have two white spaces here. Now, if you want to remove the white spaces from the beginning and the end, then we can use text dot strip. So maybe this one confusing you. So
Yes, sir. Sir,
I think
understood, sir. Understood.
okay. We'll just see here. Text dot strip. So if you just use that, it will remove all the spaces in the end. So let's see what this one will do. See here, we have increase the space between the words, but it is not removing that. Only the left and right will be removed. So we have some other operators. So we have the find operator. So how to search inside a string. So we have a find, then which returns index of first occurrence or the -1 if it is not found. So let's say our string is hello world and we want to find where the word world will start. So we have to just use dot find world. So we have 7 will be the answer because it is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then if you give a word which is not in the string, then it will give the answer -1. And start with an end with will. So yeah, starts with and ends with will give the a boolean output. So if you start with operator and ask if it is starting with the hello, then if our word is starting with hello, it will give true, and if it's end with an exclamatory mark, it will again give the true. And let's see this is our string alphabetic, so we can use is alpha, or is it digit? So here this is a string. So is it a digital or the number string, or is it both alphabetic and numeric? Then it will give. We can check all these kind of strings and it will give a Boolean output. So now we have sequence operation. So this is to split the words, splitting and joining the words. So now we are defining a sentence. Python is awesome. Then if you use words is equal to sentence dot split, then it will give a list of the words. Then we have CSV data. So this is another string. So it is having 3 words which are separated by comma. So if you give which element is separating the words, we can give comma or any other special character which are separating the words and use a split function to get a list of the words in the string. Similarly, from a list of words, we can create a sentence by joining using the dot join function, and we have to give which element should be used to join the words. So let's see the outputs. So here we have the list, 2 lists that we have created. Then we have created a sentence from the words. Then we have created a comma separated string, apple, banana, cherry. Then we have introduced a new line. Okay, so this is like all each elements are passed into new elements, new lines. So is somebody having question? So now let's see how we can replace a text in a string. So using the replace function, we can replace the text in a replace a word in a string. So here we have 2 words in the first in the defined string, and if you want to replace all the words with Python, then we have to just use replace the word, which word should be replaced with which word. And if you want to replace only the first word, then we have to give the index or the number of occurrences here. Now moving on, this is just alignment for the text. So we can center the text with 20 hyphens, or left align or right align. And also we can pad the numbers or the string with zeros. Right. Now we have
Hello. Hello,
yeah,
sir. I have to ask a question. Can you go back
yes,
to replacing, please?
yes.
Actually, this is common everywhere. I need to ask this. Replacing, you have defined the text, like which is a variable, you have given a value, then you have used this syntax text dot replace, and then in the print function you have written print and in quotes replaced and colon. Like can't I or just write it print in print, like
Mhm.
just new text, like why to write replaced in this? I need to ask this.
It's just to identify the uh, so if you have not returned this, it's okay, we will get the result. So if you have returned replaced, so it's like the readability is increased, right? So if you look at the result, the replaced text is this. It's just to
Fine.
increase
Oh,
the readability, nothing
fine,
else.
fine. Got it.
So iteration over sequences. So iteration allows you to process each element in a sequence at a time. So, so if you define a list, then if you want to access each list at a time, so we can use the for loop for the element in list. So yeah, Kishore, are you having any question? Okay. So using this, we can iterate over the elements in the list. Similarly, in a string also, we can iterate over the each letters in the string. Now we have enumerate. So enumerate will give will get both the index
Why
and the value. Yes.
why use for the first of the print at F?
Print F.
मतलब sir हाँ yes yeah.
So this F is used. So if you want to give some variable inside the print statement, so inside these double quotes, if you want to give something fruit. So if you don't use this F, let's see this result. We will get all fruit. So if you use
Sir,
on
but the for loop should be used. मतलब for loop should be run before
yeah,
use at F.
I didn't understand.
Oh no, sorry sir.
So F is used if you want to use any variable inside the quotations, then we have to use F. So or else what you have to do is, so let's see, if you don't want to use F, we will have to do it F comma fruit. So this can be done. So let's see what the results are. Yeah, sorry. See, we can do it the same way. But if you need, so let's say if you want one more very much. So if you want to do it like this, so instead of using these double quotations, we can just remove this, then use the F here, so that inside one single quotation we can include the variable. All right. So the enumerate function will give both the index and value. All right. So we have the fruits list here, and if you use enumerate actually will give two things, that is index and the elements inside the list. So let's try to print. Okay, so now we have the index starting from 0. So now in some cases, if you want to say that our index should start from 1, then we can set the starting index here. You can change it and also see. So if you change it to 3, the first index will be 3, then we'll have 4 and 5. Okay, then and then we have zip function. So if you have multiple list of
Sir,
yes,
I have a question, but sir, it is not about the list functions. It is about the list. The list store different type of data. So how list is able to store the different type of data? Because the int is take a 4 byte and float take a 8 byte. So how this is managed in the list?
uh, I actually I don't know how it is managed. So I'm not that much theoretical guy. So I just know how to run the code. Anyway, I will try to answer that by the end of the class.
Okay,
Right.
sir, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So zip function is used to iterate over multiple sequences in parallel. So one thing to note is if you want to use zip function and if you are using different lists, then all the lists should have equal number of elements. Or sorry, not equal number of elements. Whenever the short list is exhausted, it will stop the iteration. So like let's say, so let's see. So now we have here we have 3 sentences we got. So let's try to remove one element and see what will be the answer. So if you remove one element, it is going to stop at the shortest sequence. If not, then we'll have Alice 25 New York will come together. So Alice 25 New York. Similarly, Bob 30 London. So Bob 30 London and Charlie 35 Paris. Now we have numbers dot. So reversed is used to iterate in from back to front. So here is the forward iteration, forward loop, and here is the backward loop. Sorted we have already seen. So we'll iterate in a sorted manner. And if we give reverse is equal to true, then it will start iterating in the from back to front or descending order. All right, so now this is a basic list comprehension. So we can create a list inside by using a for loop inside the square brackets. So here is a numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we want to make the list of squares of these numbers. So we can use this syntax. So like we are iterating over the numbers in the list and we are giving a condition or evaluating the expression with each element of the list. So the same thing can be done using this for loop. So we have to create an empty array and append each element square. Both will give the same answer. Now we are doing the same comprehension with the condition. So for n in numbers, if n what was this was modulus 2 is equal to 0 means if there is no remainder or the remainder is 0, then we will add that number into the list. So we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah.
Sir, if use the modulus at double, to what answer should be done?
Which one? Which one?
Sir, if use double modulus at to what answer should be done?
If you use double this one.
Yes, yes.
Then only we will get only maybe I think we will get only one, right? Yeah, only one will be 0. 1 divided by 2 will be equal to 0 because it is a flooring operation, right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Similar operations can be done for string elements in the list. So if we want to capitalize each of the words, then we can use for words in words and capitalize each of the words. All right, and these are different conditions. Like if the length of the word is greater than 5, we will add into the list. All right, and if we just need the first letter of each word, we can use the indexing operation. So now this is the nested list. So nested list is something like a list inside the list. So we have two operations here happening. So the elements inside the list is
Sir,
I into j.
sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, print for first letter of the string at upper. मतलब सर कैसे प्रिंट कराएंगे फर्स्ट लेटर किसी स्ट्रिंग का वो भी अपर बट ऑल द वर्ड्स आर लोअर
What do you want? Print?
मतलब any string then like as hello then the first letter of the h then print upper मतलब upper and but the all the words at after the h to print short मतलब lower case.
I think we have already seen that, right? So if you say hello dot sentence, so this will capitalize the first word.
Yes, yes. Only first letter up
Yeah, only first letter is
upper,
capitalized.
only first letter capital and all the after the h then all the words are in lower.
Yeah, that is what we have done, right? See, so this is h is small. So let's try to change. I don't know if this will work. See, now our word was h is small, ELLO was capital. Now we use dot capitalize. Then what it will do? It will only capitalize the first letter of the word. All right.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. So where were we? Yeah, nested loops. So here we are creating a list inside the list, right? So if you see here, let's try to print the matrix. So if you print the matrix, we can see that there are lists inside the list. So we are just so this list is kind of repeated 5 times, and inside that list we have another loop which is also iterating for 5 times, and finally each element will be I into j. All right. Now more conditional examples, so you can try it on your own. I will upload this notebook. Now coming to tuple. So tuple unpacking allows you to assign values from a sequence to multiple variables in a single state. So let's see what tuples are, or what are the properties of tuple. So we have the coordinates defined as 10, 20 inside these parentheses. Now, if you want to unpack these elements, so tuple unpacks allows you to assign values from a sequence to multiple variables. That is, x, y is equal to coordinates. So now if you print x and y, we will get x is equal to 20, x is equal to 10, and y is equal to 20. Similarly, if you have more elements, we can use the same way. This also works with strings, the same fashion, or the same number of elements. But the thing is, so if you have given here 2 elements, then we will get an error because RGB has 3 values or 3 elements, but we are giving only 2 in here. So how many elements are there in the list or in the tuple? We have to give that much to unpack also. Otherwise, we will get an error. So this is the swapping of the variables. These are all, yeah. Okay, so I mentioned that we have to give equal number of variables in here of how many number of elements are available in the list. Else we can use this format. That is, we have to give a star and rest, which means only the first element will be assigned and the next, all the rest of the elements will not be assigned to any variable. Now here we can get the first and last, and let's see what it will give. So first element is assigned and the rest is untouched. So we're taking the first and last, and the middle portion is untouched. So these are all straightforward. So we are unpacking each of the elements from a list, or we are iterating through the list and unpacking the elements. Then if you don't want to waste your memory, then you can just use an underscore so that we don't care about whatever comes at that position. So in this case, we want the details of the name and the job. So we ignore the other 2 data sets or that other 2 elements by using an underscore while unpacking the elements. So these are practice examples that you can try out. All right, so we'll take a 5 minutes break. By 7:10, we'll resume the next. All right, I will just.
So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
So is it possible to get that recorded video in that portal, sir? Because in some of the NPTEL courses, still we will not receive that problem solving sessions.
I think we had a call from the NPTEL team. So in the last week we had discussed the assignment questions also, but they told me not to discuss assignment questions in this section because you have to do the assignments and submit, right? So I think
we
there's
are not
submission.
discussed assignment questions, sir.
No, in the last class I think I have discussed.
Okay.
So in this class I won't discuss. So we'll just these videos I will post in YouTube. You can find there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we'll take a 5-minute break and we'll come back by 7:10. All right. So let's see some of the mistakes that can happen when dealing with sequences. So first one is mutable default arguments. So if you have given the argument list in the while defining the function, we have defined our list parameters as an empty list. And if you are trying to return the list, so let's see. So if you try to add one element, then this one will have the element 1 added. Then again, if you add the element 2, then list parameters will have the next parameter will also be added to the same list. Whereas if you define the list as none, or if you use none as the default parameter, then we can inside the loop we will define the list, so that each time when we call the function, a new list is created. Then this one we have already mentioned, shallow versus deep copy. So shallow copy only copies the outer list and not nested objects. So let's see this. So this is our original list, and this is a shallow copy. Then deep copy is every row. We are calling every row of the original list and appending into a new list. Sorry. Yeah. So now we are modifying the shallow list. Then let's see the result. So in that case, it will mute the original list also. If you don't do the deep copy, it's because inside the list there is a list. So that has to be taken care when there is nested loops. So if you change the deep copy, it will not change the original list. Now string immutability. Strings cannot be modified, but we can create new ones. So let's see what it is. So text is hello. Then if you are changing text to 0 is equal to h, then it will give an error. So let's see by executing this. So it will give an error that the string object does not support item assignment. So what we have to do is we have to create a new string. That is, so it's given the same name, but h plus the rest of the original text. So let's see this. So the modified text is hello. Or what we have to do is first we have to convert our string to list and then change and then join the each elements of the list without any space. All right, then confusing append and extend that we have already discussed. So append will add this entire list as an element to the list as well, and extend will act like an plus operator. That is, it will extend the list by adding these two elements. Then we have to be always make sure that while using the range function, the last element is always excluded. It's never printed. So if you want the numbers up to 10, then you have to give 11 as the last element. We had one problem here, right? So let's see what. So this one. So why is this 0 not going? So let's see that. So maybe the strip function will remove the elements only in the beginning or end of the word. So let's try to shift our zeros into beginning and try. still it is not moving. So let's first try to test text is equal to text dot. So first let us remove the white spaces and then remove the zeros. So if you do that, so text. So yeah, now it worked actually. So so the strip function will work only or strip function will remove only the elements in the beginning or end of the string. So first we remove the white spaces, then we use the element 0 to be removed. So we got the final word. All right. So now let's move into the next notebook. So this is also kind of similar to what we have already discussed, like capitalize, then title case. So it's a little more detailed version. So I will upload this notebook so you can try it on your own. All right. So here are some other more functions like count. So it is to count how many times an element or number of occurrences in an element. So let's try to do it. So here, this is the sentence. The cat in the hat sat on the mat. So we want to count how many times the is repeated in this sentence. So if you just count it using the dot count function, we can get the number 3. Then replace, I think we have seen, we can replace one word with another. All right. All these we have seen in the previous notebook. All right. So this is a complete overview of the different types of data sets. So string is not mutable, list is mutable, array is mutable, tuple is not mutable. Then dictionary is mutable, set is mutable, and range is not mutable. Then is it ordered? So except a set, everything is an ordered list or ordered sequence. Then are duplicate allowed? So let's say in the string we can see the same letter repeated to make a word, that is allowed. But in set and range, duplicates are not allowed. And also in dictionary, the key and values are there. So for keys, we cannot use duplicates. Values can be duplicated. So, okay. So we'll see tuple we have seen, then array we have seen. We'll see dictionary. Okay. So dictionary, the format is it starts with these curly braces. Then this is the key value, key, and this is the value. So each key will be associated with a value. So we call them key value pair. So key must be unique and immutable. So, so sorry. The keys can be anything like so. Here in the first element, the first key value pair, the key is 1. Whereas in the second key value pair, the key is a string, and in the third the key is again an integer, and we have 4, the key is an string. So let's see what the type is dictionary. So this is the type is dictionary, the class is dictionary. Then what are the keys of the dictionary? We can see 1, second, 3, and 4. And what are the values? That is first, 2, 3, 4. First is there, then we have 2, then we have 3, then we have the last one, 4. So set also we haven't seen. So set is an unordered collection of unique elements. So
dictionary, can you repeat once again? It's not clear. I'm not understanding what it is doing.
So dictionary is like so this is the syntax of dictionary. So dictionary will have, so let's, so dictionary is equal to, so it will have a key and a semicolon and a value. So this one will be, so we will have, this is a format of a dictionary. So we will have a key and a value. So each key will be unique and value can be same or different. So it's like, so if you see this dictionary, then if we give 1, it will give the value associated with this key. Now if we give, okay, now if we give second, so second is there. So second is a key, sorry. And if you give the second key, the key, then the value associated with the second is printed. So that is the data type dictionary. Now set is an unordered collection of unique elements. So in a set, the elements won't be repeated. So we have, so if you see this example set, it has example and 2487.5. So different kind of elements can be there. But in the initialization, if you see, we have given data element twice, then 24 is also initialized twice. Now let's print it and see. So when we print it, all the duplicate elements are removed and it will be appearing only once. And if you also see, we have defined example first, the second is 24.24, then 87.5, then data. But when we print it, see the order is changed. So we can say that it is an unordered collection of unique elements. So all the elements will be unique and it can be unordered. So we can see that the duplicates 24 and data is automatically removed. Then order is not guaranteed in the sets. So range we have seen. So we'll move on.
Excuse me.
So yes.
Sir, when will this session will be available for us to practice?
This code, this notebook.
Yes, sir.
I will upload it by tonight. I will upload. Are you able to access the Google Drive? Have they given the access?
Yes, sir.
You have the access to Google Drive, right? I will upload tonight itself.
Okay, in the NPTEL itself it knows, sir.
Yeah, I will upload and inform the NPTEL team. They will share it with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Sir,
Yes, tell
after
me.
the completion of the course, can we still watch these all videos that you have been uploaded?
Yeah, you can watch. It will be available in YouTube. Right.
Link you will be sharing?
I think NPTEL team will share the link.
Okay, thank you.
We don't have direct communication. We don't have any direct communication with any of the students.
Okay,
Hello,
so
sir.
whatever the code you have shown, that will be available, sir, in the NPTEL.
Yeah, I hope it will be.
No, sir.
Sure.
Hello, sir.
This all programming or this all coding where we can practice this all where you are showing where we can practice this all.
Where in the sense you can use Google Colab or you can use VS Code. Anything is fine.
Okay, sir.
Sir, have you started the data science for Python?
Data science for Python?
Have you started that topic, sir? Or
No.
you are teaching the Python?
No, even today it's only Python. Nothing specific. Like there is no such thing as specific to data science. It's only some libraries that we have to get familiarized with, right? So we'll
Okay, sir.
just
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Sir, data science for Python will come in further session, sir.
Yeah, it will come. It will come. Maybe in next class
Okay, sir.
it will be. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So since sets are unordered sequence, or we cannot call it sequence, it's an unordered element collection. So there is no end to append the list, append the element. So we'll just use the add function. So if the elements are already existing in the set, then the set remains unchanged. Or else we will have we'll add one element using the element will be added. So if you add 20 to the set which is already having 20, then the set remains unchanged. Whereas if you add an element which is not in the set, then we can see the element is added to the set. Then similar to the extent for list, we have the update function for set, where we can add multiple elements to the set. So here we can see this was our earlier list from here. So that is data 2030. Now we are adding 5 and 10 using the update function. And again, then we are adding 15, 25, 35, and 40. So we cannot guarantee an ordered or the way in which we have ordered we have added the numbers or updated the numbers. It will just give a set of numbers or elements which are unique. Now dictionary we have already seen. So we have a key value pair. All right. So let's see how to add more elements to dictionary. So here also we use the update function. So let's see the result. So here this is the key and this is the value. Sorry, these two are the keys and these are the values. Now we can access the dictionary items using symbol indexing, or we can use the get function. So now set method. So how to remove? How we can remove one element from the set? So in list and all, we can just use this dot remove function. So let's see if that works for the string, for the set. So for set, it will not work because this will raise an error, key error. But how to how to remove one element from the set? We have to use the discard function. So if you want to remove the element, so where is the set? Okay. So first this was the set. Then now we are trying to discard the element 30. Now we can see the final list, final set as 50, 20, 40, 10, and 30 is discarded. Oh no. So now we'll see the union function. Union function is combining both the list or combining both sequence. So let's say this is our set A. So set A is having example 24 data 87.5. Then set B is 24 87.5. So we can see both of these is having 24 and 87.5. Let's see what the union operation will result. So A union B can be okay. So union B can be denoted by this symbol, or we can use A dot union B. So we can see that the result remains the same as the set A because set A and set B is having common elements. So we know that in a set, the elements will not be repeated. All right. Now we have the intersection. So in intersection, what it does is it will give only the common elements. So intersection, we use this ampersand sign, or we can use the dot intersection function. So now you can see that only the common elements are retained in the intersection. Then we have difference. That is elements in A but not in B. That is A minus B or A difference B. So these are the elements that are in A but not in B. Or if you see B minus A, so B was 24 and 87.5, and A already had 24 and 87.5. So if you do B minus A, we will see no elements in the set. Then we have the symmetric operation, returns elements in either set but not in both. So let's see what it does. So if you can see, it returned data and example. So what it does is it will give only the elements in A or B but not in both. So it's kind of like a difference. But so let's define our B differently. So B is equal to 24. So let's say B is equal to 2450. Now see the results. So we can see that 24 was common in both. Now only 24 is not seen here. So 50 is there, 87.5 is there, data is there, example is there. So that is the difference between symmetric difference and A minus B. So what will be A minus B in this case? A minus B. So A minus B is 87.5 data and example. So that will, with this A minus B will not show the elements which are in B. It will only give the elements in A which are not in B. Then these are a subset of a superset. So if this is a small set and this is a large set, so if we can check if this is a subset, so small set, then we'll use the is subset function and we'll give the large set. So we can say that it's true. So it will give is subset function will give a Boolean output, either true or false. So you can exercise this. Now we will just see some of the questions that we can practice for now. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So question number 1. Which of the following functions can be used to resize a NumPy array in Python from the given options? So these questions, I hope these questions are not in your assignment. So you can try it now and we can discuss the answer now itself. See, somebody want to answer, you can go ahead, or
So reshape.
which one? Option 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think second and third both. So option C.
Both option 2 and option 3 is correct. Both syntax is okay. Right. So here is the explanation. So and now question number 2. So identify which of the following options does not work on the given tuples. So we have 2 tuples here, tuple 1 and tuple 2. And identify which of the following options does not work on given tuples.
Fourth option.
Fourth one.
I think
Fourth one.
Fourth one, yes, correct. Because we know that tuples are immutable. So item assignment is not allowed. Is these questions already discussed, or is it in your assignment? Right, let's see. So create a sequence of numbers from 15 to 25 and increment by 4. So what is the index of the element 19? So we are creating a sequence of numbers.
I think it is 1.
1. Yes, answer is 1.
Option 4, sir.
Yeah, answer is 1, option 4. Yeah. So the sequence is 15, 26, 4. So we'll get 15, 19, 23. Then so index of 19 is 1. Now the next question. Consider a variable job is equal to chemist. So which of the following expressions will retrieve the last character from the string? So we just need T from the
Option 4.
Option B.
option.
Option 4.
Option 4, sir.
Sir, option D.
Sir, fourth.
Option 4.
Option 4.
Option
Second.
Sir,
Option
second and fourth both.
Yeah, second and fourth, both are correct. So fourth one is the negative indexing, and the second one is the index of the T. That is the last character. So let's see this one. So we have been given a list. So it's a big list. So which of the following would be the most efficient method in determining the unique elements present in list?
Installation
Second one. Converting into set.
Converting into set. Yeah. Yeah, converting ls into list and ls into a set, because then automatically it will remove the duplicates and we will be having only the unique elements. Now, which of the following data structures can be used as a key while creating a dictionary?
So string. List. List, I think. String, because string is immutable.
STR.
Let's see the answer. Correct answers are string and none. So list cannot be used and set cannot be used. Now the 7th question, given as dictionary, which of the following commands is used to remove the key value pair Karnataka KA from it?
Fourth one.
So first.
First
Third one.
is
Third one. Third.
third one.
Third one.
First and third. Option D.
First
Both
and
are
third.
first and third is correct. Yeah. So next question, which of the following is valid to declare a string literal to a variable?
First and second.
First and second, will it work?
I think none of
Only
this.
first one.
So first.
So first only.
So actually the answer is none of the above. So let's see. So the correct
Sir,
explanation is
do we
yeah.
have to use triple quotes?
Mo bibi asu mo je milabo poane no kela. Sob phele kela iman
We use this
ebo
raw.
course loi amok assignment mo eku sobode milabo.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me. Hello?
Sir, can we use triple inverted quotes for this?
Let's try.
Sir, we use raw also.
Which one?
R string.
Sorry. So you want to use this one? No, it will not. Yeah, it is working actually. So let's say text is equal to what was our word? Shin Ichi. Yeah, triple inverted, it's working. So if you are using just single,
Sir, we use raw string also.
which one?
Raw string.
Raw string, what is that?
Sir, R in a text equals to and R, then double brackets in hello world without using the slash.
Okay, fine. I'm not aware of that. Okay, next question. Which of the following commands can be used to create a NumPy array? Actually, I think this is
All
also
of the
correct.
above.
Okay, option one and option one.
Option 1 is correct, right? Yeah.
Yeah, actually this is wrong. I will update it. All right, so all of the above is a correct answer. And the last question.
Sir, option third.
Third.
Sir, option A.
Option A. So let's
Sir,
try to
what
work
does
it out.
axis indicate here?
So yeah, let's work it out. So oops, I don't have NumPy package. All right, so let's see. So what does axis indicates? So let's first. So the shape of this array is 3, 3. So let's change it into. So it's 3, 4. So x is equal to 0 means it will add the elements through the first axis, that is 3. If x is equal to 1, it will add through the second axis, that is 4. So in this case, so let's move back. So axis 1 will be, axis 0 will be through. So let's take the sum. array comma x is equal to 0. Sorry. So if we take axis equal to 0, that is taking the sum through these three elements. So 5, 9, 10. Then if you take axis equal to 1, then it will add through this 5, 7, 12. Then sorry, if axis is equal to 1, then it will add through this 5, 9, 10. Then 7 to 16. Then 12, 8, 0. It's better to avoid confusion. We'll add all right. Now let's see what is going to happen. So our shape of the array is 3, 4. Now we are given the sum to be added across axis equal to 0. So it will add across this axis 5 plus 7 plus 12, that is 12 plus 12, 24. Then we'll have 5, 9 plus 2 plus 8. So it will have 19 and so on. And similarly, if axis is equal to 1, then it will add across this axis, that is having 4 elements. So it will add all these 4 elements. Now, if we have more axes, then we can, so let's add one more axis. So now the shape of the array is what? 1, 3, 4. So now it is adding across the single element. So across the first element, it will be adding. So the results will not change. Only one element will be added. So let's try to change this into. So now what is the shape of the array? It's 1, 3, 2, 2. So let's change this into 2, 3. So now it is adding in the last 2. So it will be adding 5 plus 9, 10 plus 5, 7 plus 2, and then 6 plus 8, and so on. Now what is this one means? So now let us see where the 3 elements are coming together. Again, it will be the same, right? So if you look at these 3 array or these 3 list, then we can say 5, 7, 12 will be added, 9 to 8 will be added. Similarly, 10, 6, 0 will be added, and 5, 8, 8 will be added. So for this question, the correct answer is it will be axis 1. So if you practice this question, you will be able to clear the doubts. All right. So if you have no further doubts, I will end this section today, and I will share these notebooks so you can practice it. All right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain this question again, sir?
Which one? This one?
Sir, can you explain this? Yes, sir, this one. Can you explain again, sir?
So it's like so let's start from a symbol array. One comma, 2 comma, 3. So this is an array having shape. So let's say 1 comma 3. Now we are asking the numpy to sum the elements across some axis. So here we have two axes, 1 and 3. So if you are asking to sum across the first axis, so 0th axis, then it will just give the same elements, because across that axis only one element is there. Whereas if you are asking to sum it along the axis having 3 elements, then it will give the sum across the 3 elements. Now we are adding one more, let's say 4, 5, 6. So now our array we have changed from 1 comma 3 to 2 comma 3. So the shape of the matrix is now 2 comma 3. So let's say this is the matrix. So we have 2 rows and 3 columns. 2 rows, 3 columns. Now again we are adding through the rows. So we are giving the axis equal to 1. That is, wherever through the second axis we are adding. So we are
Sir,
adding
so what
one.
the shapes we can do, sir? What the
What?
shape function do, sir?
Shape function just give the shape of the matrix. So this is having a shape of, so let's say 2 rows and 3 columns. So if you add more elements, then we can see it's 2 comma 4. The rows are same, so it's 2 rows, 4 columns.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that's it.
Excuse me, sir. I have a doubt
Yes.
regarding string.
Yes.
So my doubt is whether we can create a string like if you are given a string with multiple words and it is asked to make a string in a way like each word's first character must be in lower caste and other all character must be upper caste. So how are you going to code for that?
Let's say um, Python is good. So this is a string. Okay. Now what you want is you want only the first letter to be small and all else to be capital.
Yes, in every word, first letter must be lower caste and other all letters must be capital. In string, if there are three words, like Python is good. So in P, Python P must be lower caste and other all words
Okay.
must be upper caste. And then is I must be a lower caste, and S must be in upper caste. In that way.
Yes. Yeah. Let's try. So let's try to print the string. So now all the first letter is capitalized. Now what we can do is, let's see, I think there is something called swap case. So yeah, if you do this, we can do that. So what we did exactly is using title, we capitalized each starting letter into capital. Then we just swapped the cases. So whatever is in
So
capital,
is there
whatever
any?
small, single code.
Yes, sir.
Single code, I don't know. So usually that is not done, right? Like in English language, this is not followed. So maybe there is no single. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is any single. I'll have to search it. You can also search in Google if there is any single function that does this now. All right. So any more questions? All right. Then I will
Sir, how
share
the
the.
question, sir, how the question pattern will be there for that final exam, sir?
It will be similar to what you have in your assignments, I think.
Okay, sir.
I'm not sure, but it should be something similar to that. All right. So thank you for joining. I will see you next week.
So, one
Yes.
last question. You told us you will upload this video on YouTube. So, can I know the channel's name?
Channel's name. You can search my name and underscore IISC.
Okay, sir.
AZHAR underscore IISC. Right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.